everybody, this is SAAD for the Sad Truth. Some of you might remember a clip that I posted a while ago, Sad Truth 88, titled the uh, Abby Martin Maxim, Be Quiet Sam Harris, wherein she was arguing that Sam Harris should stick to neuroscience, his area of expertise, rather than commenting about geopolitics, since he doesn't have any so-called training in that field. Well, it turns out that A.B. Martin is not the only one that wishes that Sam Harris would be quiet. Recently, in a podcast, there was an exchange between Hannibal Buress, the comedian, and Sam Harris, and Joe Rogan was also there, and I think Josh Zepps, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and they were discussing the phenomenon of cop killings. Of course, it's a very emotionally sensitive issue, and they were trying to have a conversation. And Hannibal Buress was arguing that, well, Sam Harris, with all of his, fancy intellectual stats, uh, it's all irrelevant. I mean, what's all this about? I mean, he's just a white guy who has absolutely no idea about what it is to experience firsthand some of the realities that some of these young black men have experienced. And therefore, Sam Harris, shut your mouth. We don't care about your fancy intellectual BS stats. Apparently, stats are racist. Uh, Incidentally, before I read the comments that I had posted about this exact exchange yesterday on my social portals, uh, this reminds me of what happens in postmodernism in some so-called scholarly articles, where when the person is about to start writing about some issue, they first have to go through if you like, an admission of their identity. So this is really it's a nexus of postmodernism and identity politics, which is a very, very ugly mix of bullshit. Uh, and so, for example, if I were writing an article as a postmodernist slash identity politics person, I would say I should warn you that the current article is constrained by my identity, namely that of an olive skinned Lebanese Jew, differently weighted individual. Because it turns out how I weigh, how much I tip the scale at, and what the melanin status of my skin. That's what determines the veracity of my arguments. So going back to Hannibal Buress, who was very upset with Sam's so-called, intellectualism of a white guy with his, stats. I had offered a rebuttal to Mr. Buress. So here we go. Identity politics logic. Don't comment about an issue unless you have first-person experience with the issue at hand. This leads us to the following first-hand luminary positions. Hey, historians, don't comment about the evils of the Holocaust unless you are a Holocaust survivor. Hey, oncologists, we don't care about your expertise unless you have personally been afflicted with cancer. Hey, statisticians, are you white? Then why the hell are you commenting about murders broken down by racial categories? You are neither a murder victim nor a young black man in Chicago's South Side, so shut your mouth. Hey, male OBGYN, have you personally been pregnant? No? So spare me with your BS medical advice. Unless you are a woman and have gone through childbirth, you have no right to express an opinion. Hey, physicists, spare us your BS about the Big Bang. Unless you have first-person experience of the event, be quiet. Same goes to paleontologists who espouse theories about the phylogenetic history of dinosaurs. You weren't there. You have no first-person experience with dinosaurs. The idiocy of the manner in which Mr. Buress was arguing is truly baffling. It's an affront to human reason. Now, some have argued, oh, but he was tipsy, he had drank, and so on. Well, he may have been tipsy, and he may have been slurring some of his words. I don't know if that's true or not. It doesn't take away from the points that he was making, and namely, he was invalidating Sam's attempt to offer an epidemiological snapshot of the phenomenon in question. But apparently, epidemiology is a racist white man's endeavor. There you have it, folks. This is the level to which our public discourse has disintegrated to. Hope you have a good weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Bye.